Let's keep them up there as long as possible just so we can kind of figure out where everybody is posted up in and around these fields. So far, so good. They're safe here. Bolivia. Oh, no. Kickstart and Shrimsy find two right off the bat. And now Bad and Viri are just going to have to send it off to the north and hope to survive. So it looks like they're going to send it to Bestia. So long range coming in. Tiggleton's actually going to be the one that gets the flush after Godlike got the knock. So Bestia had to be expecting that. Godlike just waiting and waiting and waiting to the very end. We'll see if they can reset. Falcons, though, turning their attentions toward Team Fate. Tater is down. And they've got 4 kills already. Remember, Falcons got the first win of Grand Finals 1, and they're looking strong here in Grand Finals 2.
They've got the high ground. Fate's just kind of trying to find some way in, but Gustav leading the way. A couple of shots, just going to see if they can get any flushes on. Kickstart does go down, but it's all just full-on smoke battle. Another set of shots come out. This is connecting quite well as Fate is starting to rally this back together, just kind of playing along the smokes just enough. That means that Shrimsy's got to defend on one side of it. Oh, he goes down. He at least gets some damage out, and finally, Fate goes down. But it is absolutely demolished Falcons. They've still got to get in the circle.
Holy moly, Corporate Snakers. He's buffed right now. That is disgusting. Okay, we'll see if he can survive. No way, but Kamba just living a little bit. Yeah, that's not going to be
my dip.
Him survive. Yep. Easy.
Has to move down and run amongst the rest of the mortals and deal with
Falcons.
Liquid. Also has to move through, but now it's going to be Falcons trying to push their way through Godlike.
They try to, and they get the initial knock there onto LFP, and they're trying to get a read on exactly where all these guys are. Look at how Godlike dug themselves in, trenched in. The good grenade from Fauna will take down Kickstart, but that should be an easy res as the next grenade will come through, but Tony going to take himself out with his own grenade, and Rock Esports goes down. Godlike down to just Haven.
No Way sees this. They're making an aggressive move. They're pushing down right on top of the Falcons. Beautiful read. Can they just land in? Jumps right in between them and Haven, but Shrimsy's got a great line on the other side of it. Capitan gets the flush on to Tiggleton, but No Way has to be careful. Tons of nades now starting to roll their direction. Most of them coming out from Haven.
Oh, No Way. They pulled up. They pulled up, and they pulled up all on the same ridge line here, and they're in a lot of trouble. Haven causing the problems here. I love the aggression from No Way, but it does not get rewarded as they get taken down in 6th place. Falcons able to reset up to 3 strong.
Capitan putting in some work on Calnex is going to make it a bit easier as Toyo is also right on top, as X10 doesn't really have a lot of territory that they have under control, but they have enough to make Falcons' life miserable.
Oh, yeah, and Falcons getting a little bit of a... Okay, Gustav. There you go. Gets Franks down.
These two squads have been taking a couple pot shots at Falcons. Falcons want to get the return. Shrimsy and Tiggleton both manage to tag in as Tig gets knock onto Vinny. Nades prepped up. You can hear the vehicles going. Oh, Alo on the other side of it. Here comes the counters on both of them. Yep. Realizing somebody's going to be playing this dip. Falcons doesn't want to stick on it for too much longer. Blue Zone's going to be on top of them. It's just going to be aggressive plays. Both sides. Team Liquid sends it over. Kurt gets one onto Shrimsy, but Tig takes down Kurt.
And this is Rent Free doing the game plan is working. The plan is the plan. Alo will go down in the end of Tiggleton as he hits the last shot. They got that double knock onto Furia off the Tig mortar, but weren't able to capitalize. They had to stick around and wait to clean up what was coming out. Gustav will be the one that takes out RBN. I think they realize Furia is just all on top of each other, and they would love to be able to land that beautiful grenade. Souls has one in hand as the smokes are going down for Furia. Here comes the utility. Oh! Beautiful Molotov is going to land right on top of them. They got to run. They immediately get taken down. Tiggleton gets credit for both of them as DraftKing will just stay on his belly. Biel could be a problem here eventually, but they have not spotted him out just yet. Furia just being as cautious as possible.
Toyo in that position, trying to pick up a couple of those kills as well. Does manage to steal away at one of them, so Falcons now know that they've got another threat looming in front of them. Utility now starting to come out. DraftKing with nowhere to go. He is going to get flashed, but BL is the closer range that playing on the other side of that smoke. Playing it slow, waiting for anything else to happen back behind this one. It does look like Benya might have been spotted from the Falcons, so it is more of a retreat. Realizing the threat back behind them, they don't want to go in too far. Benya does get the knock onto Gustav, and it is getting dicey on this hillside.
And this is huge for Toyo, and they're capitalizing on it. They're going to immediately peek up, take down another one from DraftKing as Falcons getting pressed from Bestia. That was a shocking push, aggressive push from Bestia. All they had to do was hang out on the northern side. Gustav will have to hop out of the vehicle and run around. He's at least going to get a pickup there from Shrimzy. They'll be able to pull away from that as Fakes in, flexing out with that BRDM. But Penta going to spot out Gustav, and that's one down, 2 left alive here for Falcons as they make the crash on the Duel's compound.
The 2-2 split from Duel being punished very heavily. There was just too much movement around, and now it's just going to be the Hillside duo that's a bit more down to the south, watching what's going on. Falcons came in a desperation move and do manage to take that away.
Falcons finally getting into a top 4. We'll see what the duo can pull off here, Shrimzy and Kickstart. We've seen them do crazier things, but Toyo is red hot right now, and that is not the team that you want to have to be pushing into. And somehow, credit to Snakers, he is collecting placement points here, and he's actually going to collect another point there as he'll spot out Gladiator. So Wolves finally finding a little bit of work here.
Just a couple of points ahead of Falcons, 5-point differential between them, but Falcons going to be wrapping into the west while he's still on control of the east. But Toyo is focused in, beat it in on the Falcons. That might provide an opportunity for Snakers on the other side of it. Throwables now just starting to rain down. Falcons seeing if maybe they can get enough utility to start turning the tide a bit more into their favor. Any peaks that they go for on the top of this hillside going to be instantly punished. Capitan reads it on to Kickstart, but it's still going to be a slow roll. No clean shots coming up just yet.
Just flashbangs after flashbangs, isn't it? As Toyo continues to just try to see if they can get Fakes into this flanking angle, but Kickstart reads him like a book, takes him down, and now Toyo, it's a 2v2 against Falcons with that third-party factor of Snakers who could get involved at any time.
Shrimzy still playing along the tree line. Blue Zone nade's going to come out. Kickstart's just going to try to see how he can play around it. He wants to get the flush, pick up another point. It is getting dicey between it all. 52 points for Falcons, 56 on the other side. Good shots come up from Shrimzy, but on the other side, it's going to be Capitan. Gets the knock onto Shrimzy. Snakers has crept up back behind Capitan, realizing where he's at, but doesn't have a clean shot onto it all. It is just solos up for everyone.
It's a 1v1v1. I've been waiting for it. I love it so much as Kickstart will secure those last couple of points there. 8 kills now for Falcons playing from that high ground. Capitan has a lot of cover to play around here, but Snakers has arrived.
Capitan takes a lot of damage. Kickstart got it onto him, but he's trying to get himself in a bit better position moving into it. Snakers on the other side. The Rocks providing a lot of cover for Capitan, but it's going to be Kickstart. He gets the knock, and that moves us down to a 1v1.
From New Gen, and meanwhile, Falcons will take the fight back over towards Duel. Big double knock there for Kickstart and finish him off as well with the vehicle explosion. Team Falcons will take down Duel. They're up to 5 kills, and they've got a foothold. Oh, Falcons got to get here quick. The P90 is going to be a big player. Finds Haven. They've got 1 left alive, and that's going to be Tony. He'll try to survive a little bit longer as he will run away from the rest of the gang, but Falcon's going to collect all of those points. Yeah, they managed to get everybody down to the ground, though. That's step 1 is Kickstart will find Tim Fee with that first grenade. Going to get knocked, though, by Dad Buff in return. The trade comes through. Shrimzy going to push with that P90 in hand. That thing is absolutely brutal at all ranges as Gustav will take the low side, try to flank on Dad Buff. He's going to spot him out. He's going to get the knock. He's going to get the flush, and that's 10 kills now for Team Falcons.
While that was happening, Team Liquid also found a couple angles onto Furia. That's a weakened squad up on top. Posa now down. Approach 2 different sides. Furia nowhere to go. They've got the center dot, but they also have the aggro from 2 teams that want a lot. Big nades coming up, and that is going to be all she wrote for Furia. Team Liquid on the other side trying to get the nades back. Tiggleton's going to go down. Not a lot of vision to be had, but Team Liquid up in first. And Falcons trying to climb. These blue zones and the way that they're double stacking them are forcing Team Liquid away and opening up opportunities, but Cowboy's a bit isolated. He is on top of the Falcons. He has kind of taken a little bit of damage, but he's just running right into the thick of all of them, trying to hold them back, and that's providing an opportunity. But look at this. Molotov, Luke 12 goes down, and suddenly the Falcons have the high ground.
And Alo has that Panzerfaust in hand. He wanted to try to get them when they were all coming through that bottleneck, but he does not see it happening as it's going down. The smoke usage from Falcons has been S tier. Alo will drop the Panzerfaust, but it's not gonna matter. Falcons clean it up, and they get 16 kills, and then find their way into 4th place.
No Way's got a lot of friends. Bolivia just jumps right in the middle of the Falcons. Fury does at least manage to get the knock onto Kickstart before going down, but is instantly flushed. Olivia, no real ways to get into the circle, decides that they're going to go for the same positioning that Falcons are going to be playing from. Duel going to run right in front of it, almost just kind of being a meat shield. Everybody else now turning shots, except for Bestia. Still taking a couple of third-party shots into this,
he didn't spot
and
it.
the timing for it was terrible.
Nicely done by Kamba. Now they'll push through. Get one. Bad is going to get taken down by Shrimsy. Kamba with grenade in hand. That could cause some big damage here. Let's see if Falcons can get the res onto Gustav, as Rock going to lose Santastico and Cowanzine.
Pinsky's holding their defense together. Now they've got control of the northeast. Falcons wanting to do the same thing. Kickstart's already gone. Gustav still bleeding, but now Rent-Free, being Rent-Free, says, hey, there's a kill there that I can get. Let's continue to see if we can steamroll this. Gustav just trying to feed the information over. No third parties really coming into effect just yet, and that's going to give enough time for the Falcons on the other side to go crazy. They're trying to find a way to sneak in and find some more kills, but they also have to deal with the gate kept coming up from Rent-Free, and they're handling it efficiently.
Yeah, the gatekeep from Rent-Free, also the third party from Bestia on the other side of the road. They got to keep those smokes cycling, as Rent-Free is dug in right now. They've still got a little bit more utility to send over in that direction, as now Furia is actually third-partying Toyo, so that might open up a little bit of a door here for Copenhagen Wolves as they try to fight down. But here comes the push from Falcons through the smokes.
Lots of flashes. Gats down on his belly in the thick of it all. Tig just blind spraying, jumps back out in the blue, tries to get some damage on it, but there's just no vision to be had. Trimsy runs forward, he goes down. Tig, the last one up, gets the sprays, gets the information from his down teammate, but doesn't get the secondary knock. Gats still clinging to life, gets his meds off, and let's not forget Bizzler's still behind all of this. Tig runs out into the blue, flanks it back around, and gets the knock.
What a play from Tiggleton. He gave him the old okey doke, went out into the blue. He's not going to have time to res Shrimsy, but he can at least get some meds here. Remember, Bizzler's still alive for Rent-Free on that low ground. Actually, great work from Wolves getting down there. They get that support on from third party to get rid of Toyo. And they'll survive for a little bit longer as Tiggleton... Clip it.
The Falcons, X10 with nowhere to go. Looks like they're just kind of caught in the crossfire between three different teams. Falcons starting to do a major harassment. 2 players already down for X10. They can't even get into the circle. They have to retreat into the west.
But it looks like Rent-Free actually gets a knock onto Tiggleton. So Falcons a little bit split here as Rent-Free trying to leave that compound. What a grenade from Gustav. Perfectly cooked. Chef's kiss.
And I just don't know how you walk out of this one alive.
Gonna be tough. Rent-Free does go down in the end. That's gonna be 8 kills now for Falcons. You said they wanted to have a good start to the day. 8 kills puts them at 95 points, puts them in 3rd place, and they will jump past Toyo. Sneaky, sneaky Kurt. What can you do when you don't have a BRDM, big guy? Well, you can take shots over towards Shrimsy at least, and we'll get him low. We'll get the knock, but we'll get finished off by Gustav in the end. Oh, there's Kane. He gets the knock on a Gustav, and automatically Duel will go down. But that knock could be absolutely huge. Turns it into a 2v1. Kickstart has the high side. Shrimsy has the low side. LFP, this is 2 1v1s. This is the worst position to be in if you're Falcons. You don't want him having 2 1v1s, as he's going to try to make the push in, but not going to matter in the end. Falcons get the win with 14 kills. What a way to start the day, Toffees.
Right up in front of them, so this does allow Duel to get inside position, but now they're coming in just a bit too bold. Patience for Kickstart. He wanted to get that knock and narrowly misses it. The rest of the Falcons going to be much closer in range, but Tig's going to be able to get the knock onto Kane and quick flush. Nade's going to roll over to Sharp Shot. He's going to go down. Rest of Duel boys now just down to a duo. Going to head for the hills.
They're going to be leading in with the Panzerfaust in hand. Will they come in from the side? Sparking's going to go down. Cowanzine going to get taken out before he can even make the shots, as Tiggleton will find one. It's down to 1. Team Falcons holds the line.
Placement points not necessarily going to be the biggest thing right now, but maybe he can out-survive somebody. X10's going to go down, so godlike though spotting that out is going to move more aggressively into their positioning. Fury is going to come down the hillside. Tig at least manages to get one. Gets a second one. Tig going for the flushes of what he can get. That's going to be Team Liquid going down. Falcons are going to go down.
Of course, Jam is just going to go push right in there, and he is going to go down. Kickstart gets the knock on the Gats, and now Rent-Free knows who it is that they are fighting with. Kickstart has stopped down, though. He's playing around the outside of that US, and Jam will get the knock. Shrimsy's going to go down as well. Tiggleton will get the trade, and it's a 2v2 now in the middle of the open field here between Rent-Free and Team Falcons.
Tig's got a track on one of them. Gustav seeing if maybe he can just get the nade on top of the potential res. Throw looks like it could be pretty good. Got a bounce. Does get the knock on the Gats yet again. Jam, though, just gets more cover for the deal. Falcons wanting to defend their knocks. And it looks like Rent Free is trying to figure out if they can set up. But Tiggleton denies anything that Jam wants to set up.
Oh, you thought you were going to be able to escape, didn't you? Well, Jam goes down, and now Honey Badger all by himself in the Porter will retreat off to the north. Actually, it looks like he's just going to retreat to the compound itself. And yeah, this is a weird one for Rock and it's really just a question of how deep do you want to go. Oh my God, Tiggleton just going to absolutely destroy Santa Hero. And now there's one left alive. Kalnix, he's going to go down as well. Tiggleton starting to feel it now. 314 damage. Get him a couple more kills as well, as now the other two members of X10 are pinned up against a rock while the rest of Falcons kind of hover around.
There's more points going in Falcons' pocket, though, as it is just 10 points difference between them and Team Liquid as that card gets popped, man. Nobody goes down, but the follow-up shots coming from Kickstart will be enough to do it. X10, do you even have anywhere to go? No, you do not. And that lead that Team Liquid has is getting smaller by the second.
Man, I need to see something from Wolves this game. Or
that might be pretty close to Rock.
That is very close to Rock. Gustav gonna be the one that drops some orders this time. He's like, hey, Tig, let me show you how it's done real quick. Gets the first knock, doesn't get the flush in return though. So Rock may have an opportunity.
No.
Never mind.
Makes it more dangerous as now Furia in trouble. It's gonna be Falcons coming in, but it's gonna be DraftKings that gets the knock on to Shrimsy.
Tries to make the push, and Falcons, Shrimsy had the Panzerfaust in hand, and Gustav's going to go down now as well. Tiggleton and Kickstart going to rush in and try to catch Furia before they're able to reposition, but he's just a hair too late. DraftKings running around, and now the rest of Furia has arrived, but they're going to run right into Tiggleton, who's going to get the double knock, and he's got one more left. Almost gets three. He does get three. The last bullet does hit as he's juking and jiving around inside the compound. It is a 1v1 with BL, the last player left alive, but Godlike saw this happening, and now they're crashing in, but BL is ready.
Defending up what's going on over here. BL realizes he has to make sure that he holds the line away. Throws down some smokes. Tiggleton on the other side. Enemies now become friends, and Godlike caught in the middle. They wanted to try to get over here and get as many points as they could get, but it is going to be two solos holding out the livelihoods for their squads right now. They do not want to go down early.
All right, BL will hold the line right now, but the push is going to come through for Fanta. He had the shotgun, but it's not going to matter. BL with the win will take down one, but he won't take down the second. And now Tony at half HP. Falcons is going to see that in the kill feed, and he's actually going to steal it away. What a performance there from Falcons as Tiggleton gets a 5th point and secures 2nd place for the team.
Team Liquid, your winners of PAS1 in the finals. They walk away with 167 points. But let's get to where it matters most. We're looking at who finishes this in the top 3. And your top 3 are going to be Falcons, Team Liquid, and Godlike. They are going to get it with 217. Poro, looks good.